Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Gia Mags. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're new, please like, comment and subscribe to this video, and please share this video, especially guys if you know anybody who's doing grade 12 this year or did their grade 12 last year and they are confused or not know what's going to happen with their lives or didn't plan their first year properly. This video is for them. And so before anyone gets to me about or opposing this video or opposing to anything I say, I'm just talking about my experiences and how I experienced things my way after my matric year. I'm not going to talk for anyone. I cannot speak for anyone. I don't know other people's experiences and how they did it, and I'm just going to share an advice based on what worked for me and what I think, my opinion about this whole taking a gap year thing or upgrading. So the first pro, I gotta be saying the pros and cons. So the first pro is that you will get a new perspective in overall about life, about everything, about career, about relationships, about you. You do get to learn a lot, especially that if you're taking a gap year outside where you grew up, outside the town that you grew up in. So I do advise that if you want to take a gap year, like, just get out of the town that you were raised. Get out of the place. Get out of that hometown of yours and try to explore another city so that you learn to be with yourself. Yeah, I found that I got a new perspective about so many things. I get to really think about what is it that I really want, what interests me, what makes me happy. I found new hobbies, I found passions. I got to learn So everything you do just think of, I want to get a better life, I want to better myself. Like, that's how you should shift your focus on that. You need to you aiming for a better life. That's the whole point of taking a gap year. Other than that, I don't see any other point of why you should be taking a gap year if you don't want to do anything. So you do really want to get a better life. We are aiming to get a better life. So keep your mind moving, read books, spend time with yourself. So the second one is you don't have to, excuse me guys, I keep on looking down because I'm reading some notes because I don't want to forget what I want to say. So the second one is you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Life is not traditional, guys. Life is not boxed. You need to think out of the box. You know yourself and you have instincts. So feed those instincts, feed those cravings that you really want. And you know already that I'm a creative, I'm adventurous. So do explore those things that you want to do, that you want to explore. And it's your time to travel, it's your time to learn. More than anything, it's your time to learn other than a formal way of learning. Informal education, guys, can pay the bills. Informal education can really pay the bills, and that's what helped me to make a lot of money in varsity. Because, well, not a lot of as for a lot of money, did I say a lot of money? Okay, so that's what helped me make money, because I had this skill. I learned how to do makeup, and I would do people's faces while I'm in varsity. So I would earn some little. So it's a skill that I learned when I was taking a gap year. So another point is that you will get matured, you will get independent. Okay, so what I'm saying is that you will you're already doing what you should be doing on your first year. So you will learn how to use money. Unlike, guys, varsity requires you to learn so much in such a period of short time. You need to learn how to use money, you need to learn how to study, you need to learn how to manage time, you need to learn how to socialize. Like, it's too much for a first year. So if you're taking a gap year, you know other things other than just doing everything at once. So at least you'll know how to spend money. So when you are a first year and your friends are just going out and they're spending reckless amount of, you can actually know that, no man, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. If you do this, you're going to face. So you already know, you already have that you've been exposed to a lot of things, so you know how to use money because you know this, and you know hunger because you saw it in your gap year. You know how, so you really do get to learn a lot of things, and you get so open-minded, and you get so matured, like so matured. Like when you're doing first year, and if you're doing straight first year, you haven't been exposed to big boys. So obviously when you see those big boys, you're gonna be like so fascinated. Everything is just gonna stuck you. You're gonna be starstruck. Guys, my gap year was so necessary. Like literally when I got to first year and everybody was like screaming on celebrities, I was like, oh man, I've done that. Yo, do you know that feeling when you just feel like, I've done that, I've been there. Like why are they getting so excited over celebrities? So you know, like that's just an example of one of the things that you will be matured when you are doing your first year. That you And now the fourth point is that it will help you to lower the cost of varsity. Guys, I don't know how many people that I know that have dropped out of varsity, especially during the first year. Yo, I'm telling you, if you're doing first year, 50%, at least 50%, they are definitely going to change their courses the following year. It's a reality. It's because you really don't know exactly what's going to be in this course that you want, and what's going to be expected of you, and are you ready to give off that whatever is expected, the time that is expected. That yo, my friends are busy having a good time and I'm always glued in my books. I'm always, yo, this is not the life. Yo, this is not my brand. It's not the life that I wanted for myself. I'm not happy in this course. You will discover so many things that you didn't know that they existed in that course, or that yes, that course that you wanted to do. So all that confusion, all that dropping out, letting go, it can be wasting so much money, and sometimes other varsities will be no longer funding you. Your parents, they only have a budget for 3 years, and when you're wasting, you're making it 5 years. So guys, another advantage is that you are likely to do better in varsity when you've taken a gap year. Taking a gap year allows you to really crave going back to school. Your 80% of friends that I know that have started with gap years or upgrading, they passed in record time. They passed varsity in record time. So chances are very high that you're gonna, because you've taken a break that you want, your mind is refreshed, you are not you know exactly what you want, like you're just at peace. So you really will get you will pass in record time, and if you are really focused. And then another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but there's so much time to learn other skills. Like you can learn another language, you can learn how to start a YouTube channel, you can learn how to write, how to draw. What else did I write? I'm somebody who does not believe in earning one salary. So I'm not against people who just believe in going to school, getting a job and all that. I love to think about what else can you do. I'm so divergent that I want to know what else can you do to earn a living. Are you only going to be dependent on one salary? I've seen it from my parents that one salary is not enough. That's not what I want for my life. Especially when you're a girl, guys, you either after high school you go to varsity. When you get to varsity, you either fall pregnant or you don't, and then you get a job. After getting a job, you get a man. After getting a man, get married. After getting married, it's kids. After kids, there's no time. You take care of your grandkids. It's over for you. You're living off one salary. You're going to retire when you're 60. Yeah. So for me, I figured that the only time you're going to really have and you can make the most out of is your gap year. Because also when you're taking a gap year, guys, you're really vibrant, you're young, you're still full of positive ideas. Life hasn't dribbled you yet. You're still like umugele, man, umugele, and you want to, you crave life. You're full of life. You're full of energy, positive energy, vibes, monati. You understand? So that's when most ideas are formed. So now I'm gonna get to the cons. Is it a cons? Yeah, the disadvantages of what people regard as disadvantages of taking a gap year. Guys, look at the cup that my sister gave me. She actually made me this cup. as a Christmas gift. I love it so much. So yeah, the cons, there's not really disadvantages, because I don't know, but I never lived, and I was never taught to live with regrets. I am very spiritual. I believe that whatever your mind is set out to do is what is communicated to you in spirit. So you are never in the wrong path, and don't even allow that to get into your head that you're doing something wrong, because that's what causes a lot of depression and anxiety to a lot of people living with regrets. It's the most terrible thing you can do to yourself, guys. Don't do that to yourself. So the first one is that obviously you will be a year older than most of your peers in your class. It's so humbling, guys. It is so humbling that your peers or your classmates are younger than you. So, but it's something that I dealt with it in a very positive way, because it's something that I was prepared. Even in high school, that I was prepared that, okay, I know that in varsity I'll be older than my peers. So it's something that you really prepare for, and you prepare yourself mentally for it, that this is not going to get to me. I know why I'm there, and I know what I want, and I'm just there to get what I want and leave, get my degree and leave. That's it. Guys, remember that's your free year, and it's your free year of no one expecting anything from you, because you're not doing anything. But you can make a lot of mistakes. You can make financial mistakes. You can make actually, it's a lonely year, so most of the time you're alone, and at that time there's so many voices talking to you. So those voices can either unmotivate you or build you, depending on how you're using your spiritual balance, how you're balancing that time with your spiritual life. So anything can just get to you, and there'll unfortunately be no one to notice. So I was most of the time not productive, and that's when you get to learn the value of time, that don't waste time. Time is money. And I got to learn the value of time because I thought I had enough time in my hands, and that's when I was relaxed the most. And only to find out that, boom, it's the end of the year, I'm writing exams. Another disadvantage is that guys, people are so powerful when you're going through the most. Guys, people become so powerful, especially family, because you're doing something that they're not used to in most cases, and they don't see the point, they don't see the benefit. They just see you wanting to waste money and time. So you're gonna need a lot of support, and you're gonna need somebody who really understands what you want to do, and that, yes, you know what, guys, I want to take a gap year. It's not easy to tell your family that you want to take a gap year and not do anything in that year. It's gonna sound too I don't know how parents take things, but you know how they are. It could be expensive, especially if you know that you are dependent on bursaries or funding and all those things. So taking a gap year might be a little bit expensive, unless if you decide to stay at home and not go to another city. So if you decide to do it at home, it's obviously not going to be too expensive. But if you decide to go to another city, it's obviously going to be expensive, because maybe your parents won't be affording a lot, and they won't be affording to pay you rent, to give you money for rent, buy you food, and at the time you're doing nothing. To them, they'll think that you're doing nothing. So that's all that I've got for the disadvantages. You just need to pull yourself together, and always keep on motivating yourself, always keep on asking questions, always keep pushing, guys. So taking a gap year, it's really not for everyone, and I'm not saying that everyone after matric should take a gap year, you know, especially those that know that they've been doing well and they're high achieving students. You don't have to take a gap year if you know that you really know what you want, you know exactly what you want, you've been planning it ever since you were young, ever since you're 16, or ever since you were like in studying high school. Then you don't need to take a gap year. If you know that you've been talking to people and you've been doing your research, and like you just know exactly what you want to do, then just go straight to varsity if that's what you want, or just do whatever you've been always wanting to do if that's what you want. So yes, and guys, please ask around, ask a lot of questions, ask people who've been who took gap years before. If I know that when you're in grade 12 or matric year, you don't really know that much, and you don't know people that much. Obviously you don't know people from varsities, or sometimes you're finding it difficult to approach people, to ask people, but you really do need to get information. You really do need to know so many things. And so guys, that's all I got for the pros and cons of taking a gap year. It's really all about doing what you really want to do. At the end of the day, it's about you. Don't let anyone discourage you. Don't let anyone think you otherwise, unless you really find people's advice is very helpful. So that's the only time you need to take anyone's advice. But at the same time, it's all about you at the time. And I really recommend it. I really recommend it. I just feel like you need to plan it properly. You need to know exactly what you want to do. But if you don't know what to do, it's still okay, guys. Life has no formula. Life has no formula. Just enjoy wherever you are, whatever journey you are gonna get to where you want to be at the end of the day. So that's all I got for today. Please comment whatever you want to say in the comment sections, and also tell me what other videos you want me to do with regards to this topic. If you have any questions about anything that you want to know, please leave them down on the comment sections. And yes guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on my next video. I think on my next video I'll be talking about the ideas or things that you can do while you're taking a gap year. So please stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.